So first question, what's your opinion on self-disclosure in a work environment?
That's a real loaded question. I just talked to a guy who had a very successful job. I think I'll leave out what the job is. Very successful, somewhat technical job. Had been with him for 5 years, very successfully, disclosed, got ostracized, and ended up leaving. And this just happened.
Wow.
This is now.
That's disheartening.
And I recommended this guy because that did not disclose. Actually, in my own career, I never disclosed. I would tell them, no, never did. If they know about the movie, fine. If they don't, and no, I never disclosed. And when I started out in the early 70s, being a woman was a much bigger barrier than autism ever was in the cattle industry in the 70s. And I would just say things like, I'm terrible at multitasking. Okay, that's disclosing something. That's something very specific. Or I need a pilot's checklist to know how to operate this machine. That kind of stuff I would disclose. And I said, I've got to make myself a pilot's checklist of the steps because I've got rotten working memory. That kind of stuff I'll disclose. Very sad case, very competent guy, really mild end of the autism spectrum. And he lost his job. And this was right now.
Wow.
Within the last month, I talked.
That is so disappointing. But
it's
so
very,
basically
very disappointing. So what can I say to this guy?
Yeah.
And he's one where he doesn't need to disclose.
Right.
You see, now you got more, ones that you have to, but even in my own stuff, I mean, I'm sitting on an airplane with somebody I don't disclose.
Yeah.
If they know about the movie, fine, I talk about it.
Right. But even so before the movie, so when you went to work at your college, you didn't disclose to them, you didn't tell them?
Well, the college knew.
Okay.
But they knew. But you take my regular clients, I mean, the way I did an interview is I just sold the work. There's that scene in the movie with the drawings on the desk. An interview for me, in the first minute, I had the drawings out, laying on the desk, pictures of jobs, my brochure, and I've got some of my drawings right here. What I learned to do is to just sell the work. There's some of my drawings, and I would just put those on the desk. And I had some trade magazine articles, things like that, just lay the work out.
Yeah.
That's
well, you've always been a big fan of having a portfolio and now having a virtual.
In other words, you sell your work. But unfortunately, there's been some really bad cases of discrimination. Military don't disclose.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people in the military that I know are on the spectrum. I have talked to them. They've come to autism conferences.
Well, then let me ask you this, because my son is getting ready. He's doing his college applications starting right now. Do you recommend that students disclose as they're applying to higher education?
It kind of depends upon what kind of accommodations they need. But 5 years ago, we had another case where a guy was going to get his pilot's license, and he made the mistake of disclosing to the FFA physician for his physical, and he did not get a pilot's license.
Yeah.
And I don't, that's wrong, but I'm just telling you stuff that's happened where people have reported right to me. That was 5 years ago.
Wow.
And if you're on the mile, for me, I learned what kind of things I need to do my job successfully. Like when I'm doing a team writing, we're doing some animal welfare guidelines. I just say to them, I like homework. I'll do this part of the document, this format, get it done on this date. In other words, well define what my bid is, and then do my bit, and don't criticize the others. Though I have been known to correct technical errors and not use any word changes, things. And there were technical errors. There are some things, animal welfare guidelines, where it's a matter of opinion, but these were just technical errors. It was just wrong. So I just corrected.
I'll bet you're a dream to work with.
That's what I did. But it's this was really disheartening. This guy that I just talked to, technical type of job he had, very good. 5 years he'd been there. Wow. And the boss told the other guys to shun him.
Wow.
And this just happened. And
get him a lawyer. That sounds like
I told him to walk away. This guy doesn't need to disclose. Yeah. And the thing is, you can disclose some particular thing you need. Like, I'm terrible at multitasking. I need a pilot's checklist. I like well-defined what my job role is.
Great.
See, that's stuff,
All right.
that's disclosing some specific need you need.
But not a diagnosis. Well, it's
No, it's just
disheartening,
terrible, but that just
uh,
happened.
but it
And
is terrible. And I think everybody appreciates your candor and your
I'm just
honesty.
telling you, they come to me.
Yeah.
They come
Yeah.
to me. I don't go hunting for these things. They come up to
Right.
me.
Exactly.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.